Dom, it says we're going live. We're live! It's working!
We're back, baby.
It's truly alive!
Oh gosh.
What a saga. Is it even showing you? That's the question.
Is it still live?
It's live now. For some reason, it's not showing your gorgeous face.
Because we went live for like a second and then not live. Maybe it's just the internet connection.
I think we're live.
It says we're live.
It says we're live. Okay, we are now live. I think
We are live.
we
Yeah.
are live. What we need to do is we just need to now add an a window input. So one mo.
So smooth. So smooth.
You know what, Dom? We're not going to have our stupid faces on. We are just going to
Do the tier.
Yeah, we're just going to do the tier list.
Okay.
Because I don't like my stupid face.
Fair enough.
Right. You take over. You talk about the state of the meta right now for a little bit.
Okay, so right now I actually think in the top tier you have Necrons by themselves, but by this tier we can't have that. But I honestly think Necrons are the best army in the game right now, and I think there are leagues ahead of a lot of other armies. The reason for that is just the Wraith build. People just need to like chill out with the Wraiths. They're so good. Like they're so good. So yeah, people just need to chill out on them. So I then think in the winning UK TCGTs we have to talk about Guard. Guard are in A tier, S tier, whatever you want to call it. They are right at the bang at the top and just below Necrons. I'd say Necrons are top, but I would put Guard just below them. So yeah, Astra Militarum in the winning UKTC GTs tier. And the reason for that is they have a absolute savage indirect list, which kind of like if you go first, if they haven't just got shed loads of vehicles, you've just got infantry, they will simply just auto win in some cases. Like it's just horrendous. So they've got a lot of synergies where they're fast moving, they've got a lot of guns, and they've got yes, they've got bullshit, and they've got a lot of guns, and they can just get around the board really easily, and it's kind of hard to deal with them because all of the infantry comes back to life, which is an amazing way to play because it's exactly like how the kind of the lore is. It's like the waves of infantry that go in, and then you got the tank commanders which are backing up the infantry, then the elite troop coming in, then you've got the artillery just pounding the enemy like behind. So it's absolutely awesome. I would then, after Astra Militarum, I would put Eldar. I still think Eldar are one of the top armies in the meta. They are the winning GTs. They haven't done it yet. Oh, well, actually, no, they did do it. They did do it. Manny did it. They're so good, and their MSU game is like second to none. It seriously is like incredible because they can just have really cheap units, cheaper than a lot of armies can take, and they can dive into the Drukhari Codex. They can dive into all these different synergies. So they're basically in like this weird spectrum where all the old stuff that got nerfed is like was too powerful, but now everyone's starting to realize like, oh, the rest of the Eldar collection is just fantastic. So yeah, it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting to see. So they're definitely up there. I would put Adeptus Custodes now. I'd put them I would put them at winning UK GTs because I think a good pilot can do it. I would put them at the bottom of it. So I would, yeah, maybe put Custodes behind Eldar for now, but they might drop down a tier. But I just think Custodes have a lot of hard matchups. They have a lot of good matchups as well. They're basically gatekeep every single combat army in the game. So they're just absolutely fantastic. But they basically just have this immovable object on the board where they say, I'm going to hold primary, there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do against it before you get tabled by them is try and outscore them on secondary. And I know Aaron would say that Custodies are like the creme de la creme, but they are fantastic. They're just not there yet. I think with World Eaters going, it's fantastic for them, but I think there's too many big guns in the meta at the moment, keeping them out of like the winning the UK TCGTs. I think they're great in the winning GTs because I think they can. Blood Angels now, let's put them straight behind Custodes because
Right, I'm jumping in on this, Dom, because I want
right.
to talk about these naughty boys, these naughty blood angels.
Yeah.
So, obviously we've just had quite a major shift with them, in terms of making sure that they are more balanced. I'm really impressed with how they're performing now. But is it Blood Angels or is it Death Company Marines?
It's Death Company Marines with just tanks because they basically counter Custodes because they're like, oh, I'm going to charge you, and then they're like, okay, I'll fight on death. Oh, okay, that's great. Okay, so I'm going to when you charge me, I won't pay my CP to interrupt because you fight on death anyway. So actually, like my stratagem efficiency isn't good into you. So they're just fantastic, but I'd put them at winning GTs. I honestly think Blood Angels, after listening to StatCheck and the and Anti Vanilla, I actually think they're proper good. They are proper good. If we're keeping on the same wavelength of like combat here, another Marine body for you is just after Blood Angels. You could probably put back Templars above Blood Angels if you're going Black Templar Marine, sort of, punch you in the face with a million tanks. I think Black Templars are in between winning GTs and winning UK GTs. So I'd actually put Black Templars above Custodes. That's where I think they're going to be above.
I'm interested on this one. I'm actually going to put them in winning UK TCGTs because I genuinely think that they're going to sneak ahead this time because as you sent me earlier today, we saw Alex Harrison has submitted a list for Manchester, which has so many. I've never seen so many Black Templar gladiators in my life.
It's so many. It's every single one. It's absolutely mental.
I feel like he put the Valiant in there just to complete the meme because I still don't think it's competitively viable. However, 3 multi-melters and the Las Talon, like eventually something's gonna fall over to that. Like even if it just gets like a Gorkanaut or in game 1, it's gonna do something. So I'm really excited to see how he gets on because also Predators have only been taken in Death Guard up until now, really. He's got 2 of them in there. What on earth is the man doing? Apart from just going, right, here's a shit ton of armour. I'm going to stat check you. What are you going to do? What do you reckon to that?
It is a complete stat check because nobody has enough guns to be like, oh, I'm going to kill all your tanks turn 1. Like the army literally just plays super aggressive in your face, and it gets to the stuff that can kill tanks quick, and then you have nothing left. Like it's just ridiculous. Like I played against it. My friend plays it. Ross. He played the variant of it where the Reapers. The Reapers pick up Bullgrim like there's nothing. Like they're just insta dead. Magnus insta dead. Like they're just ridiculous. Right, moving on, swiftly on. I then think we need to add Death Guard, but I think we can only put Death Guard as high as winning GTs because I don't think they're ever going to win a UKTC major. I think they're simply just in the winning GTs. The reason why that is because as soon as you drop Morty, the army starts to get real good. People need to just stop bringing Mortero because he's fantastic. They got out of line of sight shooting. They've got really good toughness and debuffs that are all around. All you need these characters, and they do an insane amount of damage. I think they're absolutely fantastic, and they kind of stick around as well, like a bad smell. Pardon the pun. Yeah, I think Death Guard are up there. I think not a lot of people are playing them, and they should. They can synergize with knights. They can synergize like two play good burst crawlers, two knights. Like it's fantastic. Like that damage output is so good. And then they've even got the little weird Gribblies, which have like the multi melter and the missile launcher, which are really good. And how some people are calling them they're the only army that can take a proper fortress because the Death Strike just don't go anywhere. And also the funny thing is when they deep strike down and then they get hit with the basilisk, they're moving 2 inches for the rest of the game.
I'm gonna get you. I'm just gonna go very,
hilarious.
very slowly to get there.
Exactly. So then I think we should probably put. I think now you probably put Death Watch in poo tier. I think we need to put a few poos out.
I really hate to agree with you, but like, unfortunately, it just feels that they're the cutest Marines, and they've been the cutest Marines for however long.
Yeah.
But they've never achieved that like SAS of Xenos killing that they're meant to be, and I think that's a real flavor fail. But like, how on earth do you like competitively balance an army that is just meant to kill aliens when there's so much chaos in the format? I just don't see it working.
I know. It's yeah. Oh yeah. It's frustrating. So I think if we now thinking about Putin, let's we're going to disregard Black Legion and Croatian Bar because they're all CSM now. So CSM, I think you could probably win an RTT with one. I don't think you can get higher than that with CSM. Okay, I personally think that they had everything taken away from that was good and playable at a competitive level. I might be wrong, and people might go out and win like a major. Huh?
Would you put CSM above Chaos Knights right now? Because I don't think I would.
Yeah, probably not actually. I think I'll put CSM at good against your mates.
I think that's fair. Like I still think CK actually are winning RTTs. Like I get your logic in terms of the amount of firepower, but I think if you get the right run in a 3-round tournament,
look around. Put Chaos Knights in winning RTTs and put Imperial Knights there, and then let's put CSM in good against your mates then.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I'm just going to try and find Imperial Knights. But I think one thing that I want to talk about next is, and I think it's interesting because they've been in poo tier for a while, but it's Grey Knights.
Oh mate, Grey Knights, they're winning GTs. They're insane. They're so good. They are. I'd put them above Death Guard. I think they're incredible. They haven't got a huge amount of damage output, but it's the damage they do have is like repetitive and consistent, and it's the tricks. They're so good. I think you're not winning RTTs. You're winning GTs with that army.
I think they're incredible, and I'm going to put them above Blood Angels on this one, but I would caveat this by saying Blood Angels are, if you're good at combat, they're quite a simple army to do well with. Grey Knights, however, I think the amount of brain power that you've got to use across those 5 rounds, the most exhausted players in the room are always Grey Knight players at the GTs. I've never seen a Grey Knight player finish day one and be like, "Woo, yeah, let's go get a pint. This is great." Like they always seem to be absolutely shattered. And I think Paul, who's in chat, will probably agree that Thousand Suns are quite similar to that in terms of that brain level that you've got to have almost dictates where you're going to finish. So like I do think that they're winning GTs. I think with the right pilot, they might actually be winning UKTC GTs. I think we've seen them come close and then get denied by David Gaillard's Astra Militarum. But I really think Grey Knights, if you're the right pilot, I think there's very few people that can stop you. A little bit like that Eldari MSU build.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Do you know what? Let's put Leagues of Votan in. Where do you think they go?
It's so difficult. I almost think they're between winning RTTs and winning GTs because I think with the right pilot, I know that Greg Chamberlain, who is I think the 5th best player in the UK right now, he's running Votan. And then of course we've got remind me of the name of that Votan player that literally wins like everything with them.
James Marsden.
Yeah, James Marsden. Yeah, his name always comes up with Votan. However, with the exception of those two, I just don't see it before. I mean, I guess we also saw Jake Harding do quite well at Beachhead, but that was very much a shooting gallery. Which in his own he said that himself. So I think they're top end of winning RTTs.
I'd agree. I'd agree with that. Yeah, I would. I don't think they can actually. I'd be surprised to see Votan reach like top 20 at a proper super major, not like a southern super major, like a proper super major like Manchester, where you've got basically all of Team Ignite and all of Team England, all of Glasshammer going, and one Mind Goblin.
Is it just the one? You know, because I was wondering if. I'm surprised because I would have thought that some of your other guys are they not local or?
Sometimes you just got to do it for the team, you know.
Well, I mean, I have heard regularly that you're used to riding solo.
I've got no one there with me. Winning RTTs is definitely Votan. I just can't see them doing any more than that. Just because I think the meta shifted so much now, where they were the aggressors. Now, like I played Votan round 1 of an RTT and it lasted 2 turns. I literally moved blocks as land fortresses and then just indirected everything off the board, and that was that.
I mean, I do think guard with a good player and a strong pilot is probably everyone's worst nightmare right now. Like I think even Necrons, apart from with their uppy downy bullshit, and even then with the uppy downy bullshit, because you can bring enough models to just screen them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, any army's good with a good pilot that's been doing it for a long time. But like, I think let's quick fire 2 here. I think we should put GSC, and I think we should put AdMech in the good against your mates, right? But I think good players win GTs with them.
I totally agree. I think GSC
actually. Johnny will go 5-1 at a 6 round super major just by blinking. Yeah. He's so good for them. And like Malik will do the same, but I wouldn't know anyone else who would be able to do that. So for me, sorry Johnny, but they're good against your mates.
Yeah, I do, and I think AdMech has somewhat held the cost that's involved. I think with them, and I think similarly with GSC, and actually that might be why Astra Militarum aren't as busted as they currently actually are when you get hold of an army. Because they're a slightly harder army to build. It's quite easy to if let's say Dark Angels Codex came out and was the best thing ever. Obviously it's not, but let's just say it was. Everyone could build the Dark Angels army pretty quickly. They're very regularly available, but those factions, GSC and AdMech particularly, are a massive ball ache, and they're also quite difficult to transport just because of the sheer amount of models and spindly bits.
Yeah. I think. Where would you put Dark Angels? Would you put them also with AdMech?
So if we're talking Dark Angels as in their books, so like their detachments in the Codex, I would say good against your mates. maybe bottom of winning RTTs. However, if you introduce the Ironstorm, Firestorm, and Gladius lists, they can win GTs. Because Azrael is just for 105 points, and especially once he gets FAQ'd to let company heroes with them again, busted.
Okay, let's put him above Votan, I think then.
Yeah, so very. You know what? I want to because I think they are. I think they're better than Death Guard. In all honesty.
Ooh.
Because
I don't think good players are playing Death Guard. If I'm totally honest with you, I think as soon I'm sure if you're a Death Guard player and you win a game, great. But I'm talking about like the top echelon of 40k players. None of them are playing Death Guard. As soon as they do, their win rate skyrockets. So I personally think maybe put them next to each other.
Death Guard for a battle report, and it was only with one Plague Burst Crawler. And with lots of Poxwalkers, because we were kind of doing like Swarm Nids versus Poxwalkers and all that kind of fun. And so it wasn't overly competitive, but Plague Marines hit like a tank. But that's
I don't know. I think one of the best players I know that plays Death Guard is a guy called Zombane. And you know he's been he's just in the chat. he just said, "How dare you?" When we said Death Guard weren't good.
Death Guard should be above Necrons. I agree. Death Guard are clearly the best. I agree with Votan. he's not getting any requests to 3D print an army that you know it's bad. Yeah, yeah. That is. I mean, so those of you that don't know, Chris 3D prints. Chris legitimately sources. Everything for the Black Crows if we are looking for 3D printed materials. And he has made a lot of money out of the Black Crows, but he's also an amazing painter. So do also go and check out his 30k events because they're particularly cool. I agree, Zombane, and I think that's kind of what we've been saying. But I think it's really difficult with Death Guard at the moment, and I think their speed is so punishing, and the fact that there's so many Armor of Contempt rules out there, they really do seem to struggle a little bit. But there's the potential there. There
is. So I think let's just try and get a few out here. So I think these two are almost UKTC GT winning, right? And they're definitely above and sisters.
Orcs and sisters. So Orcs
and sisters. Yeah.
Okay.
They're above Knights.
Okay, right. Sell me on Orcs first, and then we're gonna argue over sisters.
Okay, if they go first, and you have not done the perfect deployment, yeah, turn 2, the game is over. Literally, that is if you screw up your turn 1, the game is over. Right? Sisters. Miracle Dice. Like I remember I played Jack Tice at Peterborough, and I couldn't believe how good they were, and it was effortlessly good as well. So I personally think those two armies just have a step up over armies like Grey Knights.
Okay, so I think I agree with Orcs. I think in terms of the speed, it will catch a lot of players out. And I think they don't really need like a set good run in inverted commas. Sisters, yeah, Miracle Dice are brilliant, but I just don't think the bodies are there.
Have you ever tried to kill the Arcoflagellants?
No.
They're mental. They're 2 wounds each with a 4-up Filno Pain.
Sorry, where do they get that 4-up Filno Pain from? What?
Right?
Okay.
They don't have an armor save, but they've got a 7-up save. So you basically like go to ground and get a 6-up invuln. So then you have a 6-up invuln and a 4-up Filno Pain.
Yeah, all right.
They're mental. I shot two Forge Fiends at one of Jack Tight's squad of Arcoflagellants, killed it down to the model. I put 10 Warp Talons into a squad of 10 and killed 6.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You convinced me on sisters. I mean, I didn't realize they could just that easily get a 4
And just, I just need to do 6 damage, 10 less to 6. Well, just 10 to 6.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
think the amount of melters that they've got, they can abuse that D6 damage and everything like that, and like especially when they can ignore modifiers with melters, they're like, okay, well, I can guarantee 5 feel no pain saves on this Catan.
Yeah. Yeah. So, mate, you put them up there. Sisters are above Grey Knights.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
telling,
I've put
telling
them
you
there.
that. They're so good.
I'll take your point. We'll put them above the Grey Knights.
Can you imagine with your melter guns just being able to choose to be damage 6?
Yeah, I mean that is. Yeah, okay, all right, okay. We're gonna put them above Orcs as well then.
No, I think Orcs get them though. That's the thing.
Okay.
I think Orcs get them. Right. So here's an army where I think Paul Bridge will say he probably either disagrees or agrees with what I'm saying. I actually think that Thousand Suns are winning GT level, but I don't. I think the meta isn't kind to them at the moment because they've got like infinite damage and all this sort of stuff. So I personally would put Thousand Suns either in winning RTTs or winning GTs.
I'm thinking putting them in winning GTs. And
Okay.
the reason for that is because there's so many Marines out there still, and they have such a good Marine matchup for the most part. Because if they go into power armor that doesn't have armor saves, like all of the Marine lists are still basically doing, oh, well, I'll get 2 up with 4 up with cover and armor of contempt, and it's like, nope, stripped off. Oh, look, you're lovely, lovely Redemptor's Head, and the other one is too because I've got Magnus.
Yeah.
Of course I do. So the fact that they're that powerful into Marines, I'm gonna put them above Dark Angels.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good. I like that. I like that.
One
I like
thing,
that a lot.
one thing I really want to talk about now because it seems to have a lot more success, and I can't really fully understand why because I think it's a bit poo. But I think because of your Orc argument, you might make it a bit better. Space Wolves running it straight with Thunderwolf Cavalry. Is it good? Is it a meme? Is it a bit of a joke?
I think it's a bit of a meme, if I'm totally honest. I think, everyone knows the story about Nassim losing to them, but I just think if he'd have played it differently, like he probably was playing a bit sloppy, right? So he probably thought, "Oh, I've got this." And you play a bit sloppy, then you just get smashed. So I don't think they're either right. They're either Necron bullshit or they're good against your mates. You choose.
I mean, I kind of want to put them in Necron bullshit because I don't understand them, but I'm gonna put them. I actually think they're bottom of winning RTTs because I think they can.
I just we just don't see it though. You know?
I mean, it happens more in the States, and that's where I'm like, is this actually good or is this just a weird meta?
It might be a weird meta. I honestly think it could be.
Yeah, I think you're right, but for the sake of the Americans, we'll put that in. Do you mind if we talk Tyranids? Because I think
Yeah, go on.
shit.
I think they're either incredible or terrible. And the thing that makes them incredible is the big monster mash with gargoyles. Gargoyles are the most broken unit in the game.
So I love gargoyles. I think gargoyles are phenomenal. You back them up. They're your first wave. Then the non emissaries go high. We're already sitting on the objectives that we said we were going to sit on. I think that's really nice. And exocrines have phenomenal damage output. However,
Oh yeah.
they kill fuck all in terms of armor. And the fact that we've mentioned Black Templars, Astra Militarum, Necrons, as 3 of the big competitors, and all of them are packed with survivable units, usually full of armor. I just don't think they can do it.
Okay, put them. Where would you put them then?
I'd put them straight up in poo tier. I honestly think the only good Nid is a dead Nid.
Okay, I'll back it. I'll back it.
All right, so we've gone full hell divers on the Tyranids. They are in the bin. They are probably going to consume themselves because they do like eating poo. That might be the hottest take. Although I'm going to try and amp it up with a slightly hotter take here. Tau, I think, are winning GTs, potentially up at the same level above Grey Knights.
They're about to be a lot better. You know? They're about to be broken tier, necro bullshit tier. Oh, do they? Yeah, okay. I feel like we need a little switcheroo here. I feel like we need to carry Custodes up to just behind Black Templars, and then I think we need to, because otherwise there's going to be too many in winning GTs. I think after you do that, you put Tau at the bottom of.
Would you say that Thousand Suns and Dark Angels are better than Tau?
Thousand Suns definitely.
Okay.
They're definitely better.
Okay, I think. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna back myself and say Dark Angels are better than Tau.
Okay. So maybe Tau go for the winning RTTs then.
Oh, I feel like they have the tools, and like with Triptide, if they just have a game where if they have a day where they spike those 4-up saves, then suddenly their opponents had to commit and they're in the open, and then they just hammer them to death. I do think they're just bottom of winning GTs.
Go on then, keep them there. That's how you believe it. Let's do it.
Okay, right. There's 2 more that are really worth discussing here, because we know Quinn's just kind of fit into Eldari right now, and that is Drukhari and Chaos Demons. Who do you want to come into first?
If you talk about Chaos Demons, I'll talk about Drukhari. How about that?
That is perfect, because that actually lets me do a lovely little plug for what we're going to have, which is our lovely The Small Gamer, Jack Sayer, doing a tournament report from 40k Gaming, where he came second with his Chaos Demons, and he brought great unclean ones by the dozen, and had a great time doing it. So you can tune into that probably the start of next week. But we've got some lovely Chaos Demon content. I think in terms of this tier list, they are winning RTTs. I don't think they're going to quite manage it. They've not managed to win a GT post Data Slate.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I'd put them at the bottom of winning GTs as well. I love their tricks, I really do, but I think they're just not good enough, are they?
No, they're not. Right, I'm gonna let you go and wax lyrical about Drukhari. So the floor is yours.
Putin.
Right, explain, and you talk for a good 5 minutes because I need to run.
Right, yes. Right, Chaos Demons. So they're if Chaos Demons are winning RTTs, Drukhari are actually better than Chaos Demons. They just are. But the problem is the top three lines of our tier system all counter them completely. Grey Knights better melee, Blood Angels better melee. Then you got 3 indirect armies. Thousand Suns just burn them. Dark Angels just better. Tau just better. Like, are Tau better? I don't know if Tau better than Drukhari. Okay, now realizing, Orcs beat them. Everyone beats them apart from maybe Tau. But it depends if it's Triptide. If it's Triptide, then they beat them. But so I'd put Drukhari probably winning GTs, but I'd put them above Chaos Demons. because they are just better than Chaos Demons. Like they got Dark Lances. Like demons can't kill tanks. That's my excuse. Demons can't kill tanks, therefore Drukhari are better. Alright, and then yeah, but it's now making me think that Town need to be in winning RTTs. Or is there just a massive amount of winning GTs? Like there could be that many people that are just that like all the armies are that good. Um, Interesting. It is interesting because yeah, okay, yeah, Drukhari definitely above demons winning RTTs. But the thing that makes them good, right, is that they've got so many Dark Lances. So and they come and go, come and go, come and go with all their scourge. Then from out of nowhere they have mandrakes dropping from the sky doing actions, and then they have incubi, which are only good when they've got their transports. They come out, reroll to hit, reroll to wound, just kill some stuff. Massive unit of incubi that ignores like Overwatch. They've got amazing stratagems. But the thing is, they're just never going to win a GT unless like you're like a Drukhari main, and it's like the only thing you can do. They're not a pickup army where you just pick them up and win. Unlike like Necrons, where you can literally just spend like £300 and then win all your games for the next 6 months. Like that's literally how it goes.
Yeah, I think I completely agree. Like that skill gain or drop off is ridiculous. Like if you slip up once with Drukhari, like the time that I played that new Sky Splinter, the guy made I still think was a mistake with a turn 1 charge with his Beastmaster and that unit. And I killed it and he didn't kill anything, and it cost him like a 12-point swing because we were on Purge the Foe.
Oh yes, yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, it's just they just have a lot of counters. Like everything above them in our tier system beats them, but like get like down to the point of like it beats you because they're just better. Like all of them are just better. So yeah, I think leaving them there is quite a good spot. Who's next then? Who's next on our list?
So that's actually the final faction in terms of all the major ones to discuss. In the terms of all the major ones to discuss, because what we've got now is Black Legion, Creations of Bile, Iron Fists, Imperial Fists, Iron Hands, Ultramarines, Quins, Raven Guard, Salamanders, and White Scars.
Oh, it just angers me that like. Sure, I do think Chaos Demons are better than Votan though. You know.
I've put them above Votan. I've put them at the top of winning RTTs.
Yeah.
And I think.
Look how far CSM have dropped though. Jesus.
Oh mate, CSM have gone from what would have been Eldari and CSM bullshit tier to good against your mates. Yeah. I think they like everyone was like, oh my god, World Eaters aren't in this fucking list.
Let's use them as Black Legion.
Yeah, Black Legion can be World Eaters. Right, you like your World Eaters. Tell me all.
I think they're probably they're probably still winning RTTs, but they're probably still good against your mates. So I don't know. I put them above. I put them below CSM if I'm honest. One below CSM, yeah.
I can't disagree with you on that one because they just went 6-0 in Colorado, and they've always been in Meta Monday with at least a one XO X1 finish. At least.
Oh really?
Yeah, they've been doing really well. I think people just kind of shat the bed with them and went, "Oh my god, we can't just copy the Cali list anymore." And had to actually be creative for a minute. The little fuck.
Well, how about others? Put them in between CK and Votan.
Okay, Okay, yeah, that's
Nice
fair.
players. It's not got to the upper tier, but and maybe you know what, Paulbridge did make a good point the other day earlier in this. He said about some of the nerves to Sisters Battle. Maybe we drop Sisters Battle down to winning RTTs. That's a big drop.
I actually really do agree with that because like the nerfs to Miracle Dice, I think. Well, I mean, we've seen that Jack Tight's no longer playing them, and I think that's the biggest indicator when someone who played basically the same list for however long, like it was the same core for a long old time, and I saw him have at least 3 X and O's, one at a UK TCGT, and he just missed out on the shadow round of Leicester.
Yeah, but for him to drop the faction, it says it all, doesn't it?
I really think so, yeah, and I think they've still got good play. They can put a lot of bodies on the board, which people will struggle to chew through. But now that the meta is adapting to bodies on the board, with like more Gladiator Reapers turning up, MSU builds being able to shoot out a lot of damage, Astra Militarum just sort of going, cool, there's lots of you. Well, blast. And then
Blah.
yeah, well, this is the thing. I think Horde armies are so disadvantaged by the changes to blast rules. But, I mean, they're still chugging through it. Don't get me wrong, they're still chugging through it. But, I just think Sisters, they're not quite there.
Is there any more tweaks that you'd do? Go on, you have to bring one down from that list because there's too many in that tier list.
What would you say? There's too many in the winning GTs list.
I think so. Yeah.
They
don't all work, do they?
Well, this is the thing because I think we are currently in like one of the most balanced ones, and I reckon if we went and look at the Meta Monday article, I think there'd be some that have won GTs that we've put in winning RTTs and maybe even good against your mates. But I think, is it? It feels wrong to put Tau down. It feels wrong to put Drukhari down. Have I overestimated Dark Angels?
Maybe.
It hurts because they're so like
that tier turned into like something else because at the start it was like, oh, you know, they're probably good at GT, and we're probably thinking like five factions go there, but actually, because it's quite balanced, are they better than Tau?
I think they are though.
But Ironstorm.
Yeah, Ironstorm. So Dark Angels, Ironstorm needs additional CP, which is why they play Dark Angels, because they have to play Azrael or Malnius Calgar, and Calgar is expensive as fuck. So they have to play Azrael because he's 105 points for extra CP, and then whatever else he does is a bonus. And he is a mean fucking machine in combat. And just casually giving his unit a 4-up in Vun is pretty tasty. If I had to drop a list to winning RTTs, I actually think it might be Death Guard. And that's only my personal opinion. I know you'll probably fight me hard on that, but that's who I'd drop.
Okay, that was your choice. That was your choice.
You're allowed to argue it.
I feel like what we should have had for this would just be like the variant, and then the Ironstorm variant. I'd like to see a Marine tier list where it's like, maybe we can do that next time, where it's like Blood Angels with this detachment, Blood Angels with the best detachment.
Well, this is the thing, but Blood Angels, like now you go Blood Angels, Sons of Sanguinius probably is the best one for them.
Yeah.
Like I think Sons of Sanguinius, now the fact that Power Fist goes to strength 10, I think they are incredible. I really like that list because 85 points for Assault Intercessors, They do mortal wounds on the charge. They've got strength 6, 4 attacks, -1 damage chainswords. I think they get additional attacks actually because of being blood angels or something like that. They've got great accompanying characters. I really like blood. If I had unlimited funds, I would probably be switching to blood angels right now.
There's 3D printers.
There are, but I'm really, really trying to push for top 5 Dark Angels. But I would. Maybe we'll see some Blood Angels at some point. Maybe if I can be asked enough to paint, because I do have 20 Assault Intercessors with jump packs. I do have the Captain. The only problem would be the Death Company. I just don't have them. I would have to get them 3D printed. Chris, how much is 20 Death Company?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's good. Good to leave it there. To be fair, I think that's good.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think obviously we may have had a slight false start, which I do apologise for, but we made it work. And for the first time with me running a podcast, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everyone's had fun. I've had a lot of fun talking utter nonsense with Dom here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you so much to our sponsor, Terrainforge, and thank you so much to Geeky Gamer, an LGS that is supporting us down in the south of England. And thank you so much to all of you for coming and watching. Please do like, subscribe, and tell us what you'd like to see in the comments below. Do go and follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well, because we've just hit 200 followers on Instagram. Yay! All right, okay. From me and Dom, thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you later soon. Thank you. Bye.
See ya.